So this is the Devops mock interview day 128. So we already completed 127 mock interviews. If you are watching this video for the first time in the YouTube, you can check out all mock interviews in the playlist section, and please like this video as well so that we will get motivation to continue more mock interviews like this. Hi Krishna, do you want to introduce yourself? Don't reveal your genuine
Yeah.
information.
Okay. Okay. My name is Krishna. I was working as a Devops engineer. Currently, I'm staying in the Bangalore. So, where I have completed 5 years of experience in the IT industry. With started as my career as a Linux admin. After that, I have switched into the DevOps. So I have learned the so many skills, but currently I am out of the organization because of some personal issues where I'm trying to switch the organization where I'm able to complete the first round of interview, but in-depth knowledge in the practice side or in the real-time project side. So I have some lacking. So these sessions, I thought these sessions will be helpful to cover that whatever the things which I don't have a lack in experience in the real time. So for that purpose, I have joined this organization. So this is the brief things about me, Pawan.
Okay, so treat this interview as a real interview, and you should not mention
Ah,
that due to personal reasons I've left it and all. So, and I know you will
okay.
not going to do this in the real interview, but still I will recommend you
Yeah.
should not tell the personal reasons and all.
Definitely, definitely.
Yeah. S- So I just want to right looking for a career opportunity, right? For my
Mm-hmm.
career growth, I'm looking for a switch. Like that, you can add
Yeah.
that point definitely, right? It will help.
Yes. Yes.
Or Sheshu or Veera, I just provided you the introduction script, right? I hope you have prepared it. So you can utilize that script and introduce yourself.
Pawan, I
Okay.
didn't receive the script.
Oh, I forget. I will share it right away. So Veera, you go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, hi Pawan. I am Veera.
Don't
I
reveal
am a
your
DevOps professional
genuine
with
information, okay?
got it. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, hi Pawan. I am Veera. I'm a DevOps professional with 6 years of experience dedicated to escalating delivery and enhancing system reliability. I'm passionate on bridging a gap between development and operations to drive successful outcomes. My hands-on experience covers essential DevOps tools like Git as a source code management tool and Maven for collaborative efficient build process. And then I manage critical deliverables as Nexus, and rely on Docker and Kubernetes for deploying a scalable application. And for code quality coverage, we use SonarQube. And then for integration, I mean the configuration and automation purpose, we rely on Ansible and Terraform. And I am well versed in the AWS cloud environment. For keeping a close eye on system performance, we have integrated Prometheus and Grafana. Yeah, that is about myself. Thank you.
Yeah, I can clearly tell that you are practicing right now in the mock interview, but it's not going to help. You need to practice before attending this mock interview in front of mirror. You need to practice multiple times because I provided this mock interview script in the morning, in the afternoon, or it might be.
Can,
So you have it too
Yesterday.
much of time, right, to practice. Yeah, yeah, hi, Anu.
can you can you please provide that script to us so that I can also prepare, or it's not allowed for us?
Yes, yes, I will definitely provide only to the people who are joining mock interviews actively.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Yeah, because I need to observe for two mock interviews. So how you are speaking and all. So depending upon your skill set, then only I can able to generate a script. So it should match to your pitch.
Okay,
Yeah. So Sheshu, you can utilize the same script. Don't reveal your genuine name and all, and
Okay.
you can for now you can read. Just for now, read the script. From tomorrow
Okay.
onwards, you can practice.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello, hello Pavan. Myself Naresh. I have totally 5.8 years experience in DevOps. I'm proficient with a wide range of DevOps tools, including GitHub for version controlling and collaborated with the development, Maven for build automation, and Tomcat for deploying the Java web applications, SonarQube for continuous the code quality inspection, Nexus for artifact management, Jenkins for continuous integration and continuous delivery CI/CD path, Ansible for automation and configuration management, and Docker and Kubernetes for container and orchestration, and Terraform infrastructure as a code. I also have experience with AWS and cloud service, and I use the Prometheus and Grafana for monitoring. My scripting skills, including shell scripting, I am looking forward to discuss how my skills and expertise experience can benefit your team.
Yeah, you can at the end you can mention thank you. I'm done.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
So yeah, so just practice it. If you want to
Yeah,
add
yeah.
some points to this, okay, definitely go ahead and add. But at the end,
If in case they asked any roles and responsibilities, after you will provide, right? Pawan?
yes, yes, you just make me right. You prove yourself. If I
Okay.
if I'm happy with your introduction part, then I will provide you the roles and responsibilities. If you are not even
Okay.
performing well, right, there is no use. I need to right take time and need to work on it, right. If you are not
Okay.
performing the introduction part, so there is no use of providing this roles and responsibility.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on it. Yeah.
So Anu, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, yeah. Hi, my name is Anuswani, basically from Odisha, and I have total 7 years plus experience with Devops and SRE. So I'm handling the project like CloudOps. The tools is handled by the Docker container, CI/CD tools is Jenkins and Puppet, like configuration management tool. I worked on Git and Kubernetes also. And for monitoring purpose, we are using Splunk and Neuralink. So this CloudOps is project is like we are managing the infrastructure and the configuration for the Splunk customers, and the task is automated by the help of Git, Docker, container, Kubernetes, Jenkins, and Puppet. So we are using also a custom tool CO2 on it.
Okay. Yeah, Anu, I just texted you. Just share me the details so that I will work on your
Yeah, yeah,
script. I just texted you in the WhatsApp. I just need your details,
yes,
your
yes.
name, so I don't want to reveal that. So just check it out and
Yeah, yeah,
provide me the details.
yeah, sure.
Okay.
Can I ask some questions here, or I need to only message?
Sorry.
I want to ask some questions related for like interviews. Can I ask here?
Yeah, definitely. Go ahead.
I joined 4 to 5 interviews for DevOps. Like
Okay.
still I am not able to clear the first round. I don't know where is the issues. Like interview is going good, but they are not selecting.
Okay. Why you are answering for every question?
Like 90% questions I'm able to answer. 30% sometime I'm not able to answer.
Okay. What are the questions you are not able to answer? Like so whenever you attend any interviews, if you are not getting any response from that particular company, so how you have performed, just just ping me and accordingly I can guide you.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Then slowly, right, you will get selected in the first round. Definitely, right. If I attend interview right away, I will also fail the first round. So
Yeah.
definitely, if I attend
Now,
2 to 3 interviews,
now I'm
definitely I will
service.
fail.
Yeah, now I'm service my notice period. I'm worried like in 3 months I will get a job or not.
Okay. Yeah, because after every interview, right, we need to check where we are getting lagged. Depending upon that, we need to work on it.
Yeah, sure, sure. I will ping.
Yeah, so whenever the interview was scheduled, so you can call me and you can tell tomorrow or like upcoming days I have an interview. If you have a JD, share it to me. Accordingly, I can able to help you and guide you before interview itself, so that you can at least right 50%. I'm not telling 100%, right? This mock interviews only help you to
Yeah, yeah,
gain your confidence and speak confidently. That's it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, the questions
Yes,
which
yes.
they will ask, I cannot able to tell right away. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
50 to 60% definitely from
And
my. Yeah, sorry, go
some
ahead.
companies are asking, yeah, some companies are asking clouds tools like AWS. Some companies are asking GCP. Some companies are asking Azure. It is like big challenge for us. We need to learn three, or we can survive only with one.
No, if you know one cloud, you can confidently tell that I'm expertise in AWS. Definitely, if I get an opportunity in Google Cloud, I'm going to work. Right now, if you see in my
Yeah.
mobile, I have installed Zomato and Swiggy. Okay,
Yes,
on
yes.
which I will just check on both the applications. So I just want to book a biryani, right? So I will check Swiggy. Okay, I will stay in Hyderabad, frankly speaking. So when I want to book any biryani, Zomato will charge too much. Swiggy charge a less amount. So definitely I will go with Swiggy, right?
Yes.
But both are same. They are both are providing the
Yeah.
same service. The UI might change, company is changing. Say in the similarly, companies will choose depending upon their comfortability, depending upon their discount offers provided. So definitely, if Google is
Yes.
coming to them, like for suppose Anu is working in a Google Cloud, so she's my right best friend. So I will ask her, okay, can you please provide any discount? As you are my friend, what you will do? Definitely, you will going to provide me a discount. Then I will not go with any other cloud provider, right? Because you already giving me the huge discount. So I will use your cloud itself. So it
Yeah.
depends upon the company to company, they will choose that particular cloud. But if you know how to write book a biryani in Zomato, you will easily able to book is on Swiggy as well. Same, the UI will change, options will change, naming convention will change. At the end, service is constant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. If you just to become perfect in AWS cloud, speak confidently. I know AWS cloud, so I will easily work on Google cloud because it's
Yeah.
similar
Services
service.
are similar. Yeah.
Yes.
Services are similar, but yeah, I will take help from you to clear the interviews.
Yeah, and you can also mention in my current project, I'm using Google Cloud itself, but I'm not an expert.
I worked on, yeah, I worked on two clouds, AWS plus GCP.
Oh,
But what happened? Our situation is like in my previous company I worked in Devops, but in my current company they put me in support. They hired for Devops, but they put me in support. So I forgot everything, mostly like the work. So I am facing the challenges now. That is a problem. Like they are asking questions, but it is becoming challenging to manage both clouds, AWS plus GCP.
definitely, I completely agree with your point. Nowadays, companies what they are doing, they are just choosing the trending right role.
Yeah,
They will just update that role and they will take a interview, because if they want to hire a developer or admin, right? If they update, no one will come to the company and they will attend the interviews. I will just keep DevOps engineer. I will take a
yeah,
interview and I will ask some questions on DevOps. Simple questions. Then after, hey, hi Anu, you are selected. You will come inside the company and then directly tell you, yeah, go and create EC2 instance. Right? I will just make you an admin.
yeah.
Yeah, similarly, right?
But your mock interviews actually I saw in the YouTube video, but I felt like one interview was
Your voice is breaking. Krishna, Veera, and Seshu, this discussion was helping you or it's making you bored?
No, Pawan. Actually, I am also facing same questions. Whenever I attend interview, they are focusing on AWS and
Like
Terraform.
there
I was stuck.
time sometimes
Yeah, sorry, Anu, your voice was breaking.
it
Seshu, is it same for you?
Yeah, yeah. It's noise was
actually I'm
breaking. I
having
think
some network
network
problem.
issue.
Anu, I
Is
think
it okay now?
your side there is a issue with your internet. Please we check. I think so.
Internet issue. Now is it okay?
Yes, now
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
okay.
Now,
Yeah, it's better now.
In a one interview, they asked questions like how to set up for Prometheus and Grafana, and I went through your videos and that document and all. Even I answered maximum question. I answered few questions like they asked like if there is 500 error, what is the issue? This is like SRE questions, right? In DevOps, sometimes they are asking SRE related questions. So
Okay,
for three
I have a
sessions, it
image of
is
these errors. Okay, in my desktop. So I will just text you. Just go through it. So on single image, you will get all error codes. Why that error is getting exact, like you just go through it. If you tell why this error is getting, that is more than enough
okay.
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
sure.
interview's point of view. But yeah, I need to check that. So once I get it right, definitely I will share that image. So why 500 error is getting. So as a DevOps engineer, definitely we need to know. So what is the
Yeah.
success? What is the success message? HTTP.
200.
Yeah.
200.
Uh,
So there is a
and
501,
one more issues.
201 like that.
Yeah.
One more question was like for related to Jenkins. They asked to write the Jenkins code, right? There is a two type of code like declarative and
Declarative and scripted pipe.
uh,
Yeah.
pipeline. So mostly we have worked on declarative pipeline. If they are asking to write the code in Notepad, like the syntax is different in that Jenkins UI page, right? But we are writing when Notepad. It is like we need to maintain the syntax as well, or simply we can write and we can show them.
You can write.
And I think
They
Skeleton
just
is more
expect
than.
you do exactly you know how to write a pipeline script or not.
Gotcha.
They just test. No need to write follow exact syntax. Yeah, you can miss something, but they will just observe the body. Like for suppose,
Okay.
if you go 5 6 years, not 5, 10 to 15 years back. So
Yeah.
when we are in the school, teachers will used to ask us to write a letter, write a sick leave to the
Oh, yeah.
principal, like that. Some that type of task we used to get. So we used to write it, right? So in that they are not expecting us to write exactly the same. The like how you are presenting, that is more important. It, right, as
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
human being we will do a mistakes, it's okay. At the end we will in real time we will use to right take a reference and we will work on it. But yeah, you need to practice one Jenkins pipeline script. So how it will be started pipeline, right? Then after you will give the agent, so on which server you want to run this pipeline script. You need to understand like
Yes.
this. Okay, first we will start with pipeline, open bracket, close bracket. Then after we will give the agent. Oh, on which server I want to run this pipeline script. Then after, if you have a tools configured, definitely we will use tools. If you have a
Yeah. Yeah.
environmental variables, definitely we will use the environmental variables. Then after, stages. Inside the stages you will be having stage, multiple stages. Inside the stage you will be having steps. Inside the steps you will be having exact right command to run that particular stage. So you need to write this basic skeleton. That is more than enough. They are expecting this one. That's it.
Okay. Okay. And I have one more questions. Like in your course, like completing the course, how much time you are taking?
Yeah, for my course, right, it will be 60 days. 70 days, sorry, 60 70 days nearly for
Okay.
completing DevOps course. And in my sessions, I will not speak a theory, total only practical. Theory you need to take time and you can, because only practical is going to help you when you attend interviews. So that's the reason I most focus on practical part. Okay, if it is necessary, then only I will speak theoretical part for understanding purpose. Only first session hardly you will be having theoretical session. Right, all sessions will be practical and error. Like for suppose I will not going to create write Docker file and build the Docker file. See Docker image ls image was created. No, I will not do that. I will write its wrong Docker file. I will make a mistake out of it. I will try to write troubleshoot the Docker file why it was failing. Then after I will create a Docker image.
Okay.
Once you join the company, when you fail it, you already learned from my classes, right, how to resolve that issue. You will not get that fear when you work really in the company. And
Yes.
I will provide you the most common errors and troubleshooting steps in the GitHub. For Docker I have provided, for Kubernetes I have provided, for Terraform also I have provided. For Ansible I think I'm missing. So for some tools most common errors was not provided, so I'm working on it. So on the day-to-day basis we will get the most commonly errors, right? That
Yeah,
errors
yeah.
I will just collecting, and I'm just providing the resolutions, so that in the interview if they ask what are the challenges you have faced in Kubernetes, then
Yeah.
exactly you can tell, hey, one of the pod got a crash loop back off. Then after I
I think
just
I think Kubernetes is their favorite topic for every interview.
yes. So why image pull back off? Why crash loop back off? So you need to explain these terms, right? So why
Yeah, yeah.
that errors is getting, so that everything was there for my students who has enrolled for total Kubernetes, or like total DevOps. I provided them so that they will just look over it, and when they attend interviews, right, definitely they will confidently they will speak it out.
Yes,
If
yes.
they ask you about challenges, I used to tell them, okay, take out of this most common errors, take anything and tell them these are the challenges I've faced, I've fixed it. Yeah, but mostly, frankly speaking, right, most of the people just come and join, learn DevOps. That's it. They are going. No one was having dedication, passion to learn DevOps. From UK, from other countries, right? They are coming and they are learning. From North Virginia, his slang was totally different. So he has joined the session, but he is watching the recording. Okay, it is 10:30 or 11 p.m. for him. So that's the reason he might not able to join the. So he has joined for DevOps batch 2.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, first few sessions he has joined. Then after, so he told me offline, I might not be able to join, but yeah, he is communicating with me, and so he is getting, if he has any doubts, he is communicating with me, and he is utilizing.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Thank you so much.
okay. So shall we start the mock?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, is it okay, right? Today's session mostly half an hour we have discussed. I hope it was helpful. Okay, the task for you was clone a Git repository and push it to a new feature branch. So do you know how to clone the repository and push it to the new feature branch? So I used to do this daily. So yeah, Anu, you have mentioned, right, hiring for true. Right now I'm working for Microsoft as a developer, not as a DevOps engineer. They have taken and they interview and they have asked me some DevOps questions, Azure DevOps and all, but they have kept me as a developer.
Okay. I face the same challenges. Like they hired me for DevOps engineer, but like previous organization I worked in Jenkins, Git, Linux, Puppet. I use most DevOps tools, but they have gone for 2 years. I have completed 2 years also. So now I want to switch because I don't want to spoil my knowledge.
Oh, okay. So even right, I'm also struggling a lot as I don't know how to write code, right. As a DevOps engineer, we know a little bit coding. Yeah, I'm struggling. I need to work on weekends as well. It's okay. I'm getting learning from this side. So daily I need to write the code, right? I need to raise a pull request. So all these things I need to do it. But yeah, it's a learning for me. Yeah, Krishna.
Yeah, Pawan. Just want to know that in these sessions we will cover with GitOps kind of a pipeline as well. GitOps tools also such as GitHub Actions and Argo CD, everything like that. CI/CD tools which we will cover.
If you have enrolled for mock interviews, you will get only mock interviews. If you want a project, so there will be separate sessions will be there for a project.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I am asking in the marking intro side as only that.
No, you will not get. You will get only mock interviews
Okay.
because you have came to me for the guidance, not
Mm-hmm.
for the training, right?
Ah, yes, yes.
Because I need to be clear. If I
Hmm.
give you the false promises, right, it will not going to help you. If you came to me, so whatever you required, I need to fulfill.
Yes, yes. That's only
Yeah,
I'm asking that the GitOps questions will be covered within the mock interview. That's what I'm asking.
definitely I will ask if you want to that questions. Definitely I will ask, but I cannot able to explain you
Okay.
clearly. On the top level, if you have a doubts, I will clear.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want explanation of that particular topic clearly, it's not possible. If you have a mock interviews on Argo CD, if you have a want mock interviews on that, definitely I will take it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is part of Kubernetes. So once we ask a mock on Kubernetes, then Argo CD will cover on that Kubernetes part.
Okay.
Yeah, anyway, if you check the previous mock interviews, right, go to Kubernetes playlist. There you can find Argo CD related questions as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, do you know how to clone a Git repository?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell me the command.
Yeah, we need to use a Git. First of all, we need to create any folder. Uh, After that, by going to the folder, we need to write a command git clone and the URL which is required for HTTPS git clone URL. We need to paste it there so that it will clone all the packages and all the files which is present in the remote repository. It will clone to our local system. So like that, it will be download everything.
Okay, how you will push, how you will add the changes and how you will push it.
We will add it in the in our local system only. We will add everything so that uh, if it is in a main branch, we can't directly able to push it into the main branch. We need to create one feature branch with the command git checkout -b and the name of the feature branch, so that after creating then the feature branch, we need to make the changes in the log on our local, and we need to uh, add the commands git add dot means it will be applicable for all the changes all the files which are present in that directory, so that it will add into the staging area. After that staging area, we need to commit it, git commit -m. We need to write the message so that it will be committed. After that, we will use the git push horizon, the name of the feature branch, so that it will be pushed into the remote repository in the feature branch. After that, the PR will be raised. After the raising the PR, the what who is ever the architect will be see, and he will be reviewed, and he will make it merge if it is everything is fine.
Okay, so write a Docker file to serve a Python Flask application. Nothing but I want to. There is a Python Flask application, so which is developer written the code. Now I want to convert that code into a Docker file. So for that I have to write a Docker file. So do you know what are the steps? How you will write a Docker file? If anyone
Yes.
want to try, definitely you can share your screen and you can write,
Yes.
or you can tell me the. It's okay. It's up to you. If you want to share, definitely share and share your screen, write the Docker file, or you can tell me what exactly you will write inside the Docker file.
Okay, definitely. At the beginning, we can able to, first of all, we need to take the image where it has to image will be created
Which image
from.
you will take?
uh, we will take that Python image.
Okay.
First, Python. From Python, if it is a slim or it is any Alpine image, or we will represent over there, Flask image, right? So after that, we will represent the working directory, whether it is a working directory path, whether it is slash or something a slash app or anything. After that, we will make it copy of from the local to the from the working directory. After that, we will use uh, uh, cmd command. What are the commands which need to be run in the after creation of the container?
Yeah,
So
you are right.
this
And
is the
you will
approach.
use expose as well. That's very
Expose
important.
expose the port of whatever the required for,
Okay, your
whether
Docker
it is
file is ready. So how you will build the Docker image and run a Docker
so
container?
we will
We
use
can,
the command
uh,
docker. Yeah, go ahead, Anu.
we can type the command docker build -d, and, or there is only one file present in our current directory, we can type dot in the end.
Okay, now let's give a chance to Sheshu. Yeah, Sheshu. Now Anu has created the Docker image. Now your
Okay.
task was to create a Docker container using that image. So
Yeah,
what is the
first I need
command?
to. Yeah, first we are checking for the image was created or not. For checking purpose, we are using for a Docker image ls. The image was it showing. So now the container preparation purpose we are using for Docker run -d for detach mode. We will pass the container port and host port and pass the container name and pass the image name. The container will be created. On
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Docker run -d post pass the container port and host port and pass the container name and which image you are created, pass the image name, the container will be created.
Okay. So how you will pass the container name?
In when we created the image, that time we will pass the image name, so we can take the image name only, we will pass after container we are passing.
So Krishna, I want to create a container, and as Sheshu mentioned, I need to have a name for my container. So at that time, what will be the command?
We will use the for after creation of image. We will use the command docker run -it uh, and the name of the image, and it will push into the. It will create from the image to a container.
Yeah, it will create the container. But if I want to create a container with my own name,
We can
Okay.
use hyphen name and we can give the name for that container.
yes. So Sheshu, you need to mention my hyphen name, and you need to give the name of your container. Then after image name.
Yeah, sorry,
Then
syntax was forgotten, that's why I'm not mentioned for a
yeah.
clear purpose only. I skipped that one hyphen name.
Okay, okay. Yeah, it's very important because it's a basic one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now your Docker image is ready, right? You have tested locally, it was working perfectly. Now you need to create a Jenkins pipeline, and using that Jenkins pipeline, you need to build and push the Docker image. So if you want to share your screen, go ahead, share your screen and write a Jenkins file.
Yeah, I'll do it, Pawan. Veera
Okay,
here.
yeah, go ahead, Vira.
In this
Let,
question, I'm facing issue. Actually, I tried for practical, but I was not able to do it.
It's okay. Let's check Vira how he will perform. Yeah, Krishna,
okay, so
you can
firstly,
help him if he is
Okay.
yeah,
getting stuck.
firstly in our project we are using a declarative pipeline, and
Mm.
so I'm just writing a declarative pipeline for doing this setup. So firstly, we'll start with pipeline. Then, since we have multiple master and slaves, so I give agent any. And then I'm using most of our applications under Java project, so we are using a Maven tool. So we give tools as Maven with version name, and then I use most of the environment variables. So since we are pushing the Docker image, right?
You can
So easier repo.
right, maximize the text so that it will be clear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it better now?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So you are taking the Java application, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And
If it is a Node.js application, what will be taken in the tools?
sorry.
What will be your build tool if it is a Node.js application? Or
I'm not pretty sure about it because
okay, okay,
our
okay.
most of the projects
You
we are
can go
using
on.
Java, so we are working on this
Yeah.
map.
We
So
will use Node.js, Vira. For tools
okay,
sections, you will use for Node.js. You will use Node.js itself. Node, Node version, Node
whatever it
6 or
is.
whatever it may be.
Okay, fine.
In my
So
recent
now
project,
I
I've
have
deployed
wide.
Node.js application. So there I've
Okay.
shown DevSecOps project. There I've used Node.js.
So now here we need to mention the stages. So first
There, there should be
stage.
space after stages.
Veera, use tab. It
Yeah.
will be
Okay. I'm just writing in
correct.
this not text pad, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
thanks. Okay. So the first stage I will be sorry mentioning as git checkout, since this is the first step where it gets the code from git.
Okay. So this mock interview might go nearly 2 hours, I think. So is it okay?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So
So the
anyone
next step
watching this
will
video
be
on YouTube, please like this video.
here we need to give a git credentials and the URL. By using a snippet generator we can get this data over here, and we can give the URL here, the details whatever we get
Okay,
from the snippet generator.
okay, okay.
And coming to the next step, next stage. So once the code has been
No, if you
checkout has
see
been
here,
done.
the stage was not closed yet. Steps was opened, steps was closed.
Now it's
So there are you already closed the stage, but so at the bottom, if you see 18th line, you can remove that 18th. Yeah, yeah, that is more than enough. I'm happy with whatever you have written.
okay. The next will be sonar. So MVN sonar we used to give, and then next we give this Docker push to the ECS repository. So we can give that command as well beside of such. In the
Okay,
next.
can you please able to create an EC2 instance using Terraform? I want to create an EC2 instance using Terraform. So can you able to do that for me? Like what you will do, what you will write
Okay.
exactly using
So in
Terraform?
Terraform, the state file, firstly we keep this main.tf as a file as a naming convention, and we firstly will give the Terraform block where we mention the Terraform version in it. And the second part is like we give the mention the region specific, like US East or wherever we are planning to deploy our instance. So we used to mention that block, and the next block we can give this Terraform EC2 instance by giving a AMI ID, so that we can just run it and it will be created EC2 instance.
Krishna, can you able to guide him like what exactly you will write inside the sorry, terraf.tf file to create an EC2 instance? I'm not, I don't want any clearly, but what exactly you will use to create? What
Yeah.
syntax? Starting syntax is enough.
Yeah. Okay. Basically, we have a components like a provider.tf and a main.tf in which is our main components in the Terraform file for resource to create the EC2 instance. Where in the provider.tf we will represent that region and as well as the version. Everything will be provided in the tf file, provider.tf file. In the main.tf file, we will represent the resource for the creation of EC2 instance with the resource block and with the name of the resource block and the name of the EC2 instance. Under that, we will represent the AMI. Under that, we will represent the size of the instance which is required for it. It is a T2.micro or T3 medium, anything. So if the tags is represent, we will represent over the tags. So if it is soft coded, we will represent in the variable.tf for variable.tf file. Also, we will represent over there. So this is the basic function which is required to
Yeah.
creation of the EC2 instances.
Where you got it? You said the right, but you are not using the
Pro-
terminologies.
Okay.
Your Seshu?
No, no, no. Just I'm telling to Veera, they didn't mention provider and the resources.
No.
And actually, when you're creating the any resources in Terraform, first we are created main.tf and the variable.tf and the tf.var file, and after we are using for output tf. We are given output when you wrote it in main.tf. We are mentioned we didn't hard code that code. Where in variables we mention the values. We can give default values. Sometimes you can pass the command line also. We can change that dynamically. Our
Yes,
requirement.
you are right.
Yeah.
So, do you know the difference between variables and locals in Terraform? Because you have mentioned variables particularly, right? That's the reason I'm asking.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not pretty much sure. I'm not exactly how can you express that one. In locally means we are using testing environment purpose. We are check that service in locally means we are using for local.
Krishna, do you know the difference between locals and variables in Terraform?
Locals, it's used for as per my knowledge, it used for compute the values, right? Where it is used for the which represent the environment and the instance type and the port numbers which is in
Locals
the
and
local.
variables both are same. Variable values you can able to replace it while executing Terraform commands.
Okay.
Okay.
But locals you cannot able to replace it. Locals will be used within your Terraform script as a variable. But while executing Terraform apply or right during that command you cannot able to replace the defined values. So local is only for your locals Terraform files. Right, both will work the same, but replace if you want to replace the value you should use that as a variable. Like for suppose there is a AMI ID. So if I want to replace the AMI ID I need to use as a what variable.
Okay.
Okay, so for suppose there is a CIDR block. So CIDR block I want to make it constant, it should not be replaced. So at the time I will use it as a locals.
Okay.
Yeah,
So where will you give that local values on? I mean, for variables, we have this variable.tf and we used to give there. For
same
these local variables, where
locals.tf.
do we mention?
Locals.tf in the place of
Locals.tf.
variable you will
Okay.
use locals open bracket close bracket. Same like
Okay.
variables you will be having open bracket close bracket, you, right, you will be having key and the value. Same locals also open bracket close bracket key and value. Only difference was locals you never replace the value, you cannot able to replace. Locals is used for you can utilize within your script. Variables
So we yeah
you can
continue continue.
replace. Yeah, go ahead Rashesh.
Yeah, we are kept into variable.tf only. We are mentioned the locals, right? Or we need to create it the another tf file and we will place there.
It depends upon your comfortability. You can write all
Okay.
Terraform code in single file or you can separate
Yeah.
it with different files. It's up to
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Even if you write on a single file variables and two locals on the same file, it will work.
Yeah.
So do you know how to configure Nginx as a reverse proxy using an Ansible playbook?
No, no idea.
So do you know basic Ansible playbook? Anyone?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, how you will write a Ansible playbook?
Uh, yeah. I didn't remember the syntax suddenly, but
Definitely, as a human being, it's
yeah,
even
yeah,
even I got stuck when I attended interviews. When because I prepared on Terraform, I prepared on Kubernetes, I prepared on Docker. Because more majorly they will ask in this itself. So I will
yeah.
not going to revise Ansible. Of course, I will forget it. So
Yeah,
yeah, I have
first
faced
I
the
need
same,
to
but you will
pass.
revise it. Okay.
Yeah, first I need to pass the hyphen name and colon. We are pass the name. What you are doing the our requirement. We mention the name. After we place the host. So how many missions you have? You can paste the all. After we place the gathering facts. We become a true. After we mention the become. So we consider as a root become. After we are placing the name, what service are we are suppose we are using for HTTP, so mention that name, we put the status is present.
Tasks,
um,
right?
It will be added under task.
yeah, I forgot it syntax.
Okay, you have tried. I'm happy for that. So So your task was to auto scale pods in Kubernetes using HPA. That is horizontal pod autoscaler. So how exactly we can able to achieve this?
By using Carpenter.
Sorry.
By using Carpenter, we can able to achieve
So using horizontal pod autoscaler, I want to auto scale my pods. So what
Uh,
exactly the manifest file will be?
manifest file.
in horizontal pod autoscaler, we can achieve it by the help of deployment, scaling, or stateful set.
We will write the command kubectl get hpa hyphen, which is a minimum desired and maximum in the command side,
Yeah,
and we will
command.
represent.
Sorry, in the manifest file, you will define the deployment
HP.
name. You will give the deployment name which you want to write use as HPA. So first thing was you will take a object as horizontal pod autoscaler and you will give the max and min replicas. So
Yes,
so depending upon the CPU metrics, so I will max and minimize. So like that you will write a manifest file, right?
Yes.
yes.
This one you need to well, mention. So the task was for you to store Terraform remote state in S3 bucket, not in the local, but I want to store it in the S3. So how you we can able to achieve this?
In the provider.tf file itself, we can uh, able to create that bucket. In that bucket side, we can able to mention where that state file need to be get stored in the S3 bucket.
Okay, how exactly you will define
That
Seshu?
No idea on Terraform.
Anyone?
We can store in S3 bucket like using DynamoDB.
Yes,
no, no.
but how Terraform will get to know?
We need to configure in Terraform, like we need to
Okay, what you will
define.
configure in Terraform?
We can give the resources name and like Terraform
Are,
logs.
yeah, we need to configure it by using username and password, the IAM user. So we need to log in into that, and we need to mention in the script that log into this particular,
Uh,
S3 bucket and push it to
Yes,
this.
yes, definitely. I will give the S3 bucket, DynamoDB, everything. But how I can able to pass it?
by using the resource block only, we can able to get created, and we need to enable the versioning in it.
Using resource block, definitely I will go and create an S3 bucket. But now the requirement was to, I want to store the state file in the S3 bucket. So will it possible via resource? Here we need to use a backend. We need to use a backend block. Via that
Yeah.
we can able to configure the S3 bucket, then automatically it will store the state file in the back. Using a remote backend we can able to store. So in the backend you will give the S3 bucket name. Yes or no?
Yes.
So you need to mention that.
Okay.
So how you will mount a config map into a Kubernetes pod?
Same like a manifest file, we will represent like as a deployment file. We will create a manifest file, and we will able to apply after that creation of it.
Yeah, how you will do that? Pod is
In
there.
the file, we can mention like kind as config map and
Kind.
the details in data section.
No,
Like,
config map is already created. If you give kind config map, it will create the config map. My config map is ready. I want to mount it to my pod. So if anyone watching this video on YouTube, please like this video. And if you are looking for the DevOps training, so from 16th onwards, so we are starting a new batch, DevOps batch 3. So you can ping me on WhatsApp for the details. So we can mount as a environmental variable or as a volume. Yes.
yes, yes.
Yeah. I'm not exactly you cannot able to tell, but exactly how you will mount. If you tell that, that also will help, right, to impress the interviewer. It's okay, you
Yes.
cannot able to write the exact syntax, but how it will get mounted, if you can able to tell, that is more than enough. Okay. Set up Prometheus and Grafana using Helm. So do you know this? So yeah, we have completed 10 questions, still have 10 more questions. Is it okay? We have passed 1 hour nearly. Shall we continue?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Okay. So how you will scan a Docker image using Trivi?
Generally, we will write one of the stage in the pipeline
Super.
to in the pipeline script, declared a pipeline script, and it will whenever the it is pushed to ECR, then only the generated image will be get scanned, and latest whatever the latest has been, it will pull and it will scan, and it will
What is
generate
the
the report.
command?
TV, don't exactly TVS. mm,
Trivi
uh,
space image space name.
yeah, okay.
So do you know how to deploy a Helm chart?
Yes. Uh, we need to create a helm create the name of the file which we need to be created, so that it will create a folder. Within the folder there will be a templates, where templates value.yml file and charts.yml file, and slash dot slash hem ignore the file will, these are the files will be generated inside the folder. So inside the templates folder, we need to represent the deployment manifest, ingress, service, whatever we have been created, so that it will be get soft coded the values which is presented in the values.yml. So that's how we are able to create that.
Okay. How do you
And
roll
after
back a Kubernetes deployment?
kubectl
Uh,
rollout, undo deployment.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
kubectl rollout auto deployment or deployment name.
So you want to delete the files older than 7 days. So how you can able to do that? Old
You need
logs
to
or
write a
files.
automation script, whether it is a shell or Python, and we need to give a implement in the Jenkins pipeline, and we need to give a cron job. So whenever 7 days is happened, once in a 7 days it will be get triggered, and the script will run, and it will uh, vanish the files which is older than 7 days. So this is my approach.
Okay, how you will restore or backup a database, MySQL database?
MySQL database. We can use that AWS commands. Uh, in UI side, there is a two approaches. In UI side, we can take a snapshot and we can be restored in the snapshot side.
Command line.
In the command line, we have to give AWS exactly.
MySQL dump.
Okay.
Oh, I want to connect to a container inside a Kubernetes pod. So how?
Okay.
Connect to a container inside a Kubernetes pod.
Docker exec command we need to use.
Using Docker exec, you can able to log into a Kubernetes pod.
No, not pod.
So Veera,
inside the container we can able to log in with the Docker exec.
Here the container is running inside a pod. Veera, do you know?
We can do
I'm
it.
not able to recall. We had it in the first session.
Yeah, no.
We can do it by the help of command kubectl exec
Yes.
-it then
Yes.
pod name.
Yes, you are right. So Krishna, we will not use Docker exec, but we will use kubectl exec.
Yeah.
Docker ext we can use whenever we are trying to connect to a running container.
Okay, do you know how to set an environmental variable in a Jenkins pipeline?
Yes, in environmental, like global environment, we can set up the environmental variable, like we have to give a name and we have to give the value, so that we can use that environmental variable in our jobs.
So do you know how to set up a ingress for a service?
Yeah. So for in the service side we will represent that labels. So in the ingress side we will represent the selectors. So the both the names will be have to match in the manifest files. So then only the connection will be established within the service to ingress. So that's
So do you know how to create a AWS IAM user with CLI?
No.
no. As basically I have gone through only UI based which has been created. With the CLI side I haven't
Okay. First you need
gone
to
through.
configure AWS configure. You will
Yes.
give access key and secret key. Then after if you enter a AWS S3 LS, you will get the S3 bucket list. If you want to create the S3 bucket, AWS S3 create. See the same way if you want to create a AWS IAM user, there will be command AWS IAM create, and you need to give the pass the username like that, right? You can use no need to worry. I will just provide you the commands to create it. Shall we check the answers?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
So clone a git repository and push to a new feature branch. Yeah, hi Ashwant. We almost completed the mock. So we are now discussing the questions and answers. Clone a git repository and push a new feature branch. So git clone and the URL. Then after you need to go to that particular repo, and then after you can create the new branch git checkout -b branch name. Then after you can make the changes git add dot git commit. Then after you can push it. Right, this is the exact steps you will follow. Second task, write a Docker file to serve a Python Flask application. So from you will take the Python image, working directory, you will set the working directory path, then you will copy the code, then you will write pip install requirements.txt. It will download the dependencies required for that application, then command python update to run the application. Then after, once the Docker file is ready, if you want to build the image, docker build -t, image name and the version and the Docker file path, Then you can run the container docker and -d -p port number and image name. So if you want to create a Jenkins file that builds and pushes the Docker images, so pipeline agent stages build docker build -t push, you can use the with credentials, and you can call that as a credentials, username and the password, you can use that as a variable. Then docker login, so first you need to log in, then after you can push the image. So fifth one, create a HTTP instance using Terraform. So receives AWS underscore instance and the resource type and the resource name, AMI ID, instance type, and if you want to have a tags, that's it. It will create the HTTP instance. So if you want to configure Nginx as a reverse proxy, so name and the host on which server you want to run this Ansible playbook. Become you want to run this Ansible playbook as a root user. Yes. Under the task you need to install Nginx. So you can use a module, name Nginx, state present, and if you want to copy the configuration file, source and destination, and you can restart the Nginx. Yeah, simple, right? So auto scale pods in Kubernetes using horizontal pod autoscaler. So kubectl autoscale deployment name, when the CPU percentage is 75, minimum and maximum, you can set the minimum and maximum. This is from CLI. If you want to do it from manifest file also, you can able to do it. So if you want to store Terraform remote set in S3, so we need to use backend, yes or no? So you have missed it. You are telling the bucket name, right? But you are missing this backend. This is very important.
Correct.
So mount a config map into Kubernetes pod. So first you need to create the config map, and you can mount it via config map reference as an environmental variable, I told you, right? Or you can use it as a volume as well. So set up Prometheus and Grafana. So first you need to add the repo, then after Helm install, then after you can give the name and the repo which you are downloaded. Automatically it will install Prometheus. So if you want to scan Trivi image name. So if you want to deploy the Helm chart, so Helm install name and the chart path. So this is the GitHub Actions workflow. This is the pipeline for GitHub Actions. So you can ignore. If you want to roll back a Kubernetes deployment, so kubectl rollout under deployment name. So we have answered this. If you want to delete the files older than 7 days, find path type will be file, and the time will be like more than 7 days, and execute the command rm. So it will go and find the go to this path, it will find the file, and if it is more than greater than 7 days, it will execute rm, it will delete that particular file. So backup and restore. So you first need to log into your pod, and you need to use MySQL dump, username and password, and you can redirect to some .sql file. It will backup. So if you want to connect a container inside a Kubernetes pod, kubectl exec -it pod name and bin bash. So if you want to set an environmental variable in Jenkins pipeline, environment key and the value. So if you want to set up the ingress, so kind ingress, rules, path, okay, and you can define the service. So whenever I get the request, it will route the traffic to a particular service. So if you want to create a AWS IAM user, so AWS IAM create user, I told you, right? AWS IAM create user and the username, AWS IAM create access key, AWS IAM attach user policy. If you want to attach the user policy to the particular user, you can pass that. And for every policy you will be having, so whatever you create, right, in AWS, ARN will be generated. So that you can give that ARN, policy ARN, and you can give that ARN. So yeah, I am also not expert in AWS CLI. In the past I've learned this CLI, but I'm not able to tell exactly the exact steps, but I know how to cover it in the interview if they ask. So just you need to revise, that's it, not more than that. So I've said, right, if I want to create, I will log in AWS IAM, I will create a user like that. I will give the AWS IAM username. It's okay, I have missed some command.
Hello.
Still I can able to answer it, right?
Yeah.
Half of the question. It's okay. As a human being, we will do mistakes, but opposite person will get to know. Yeah, that's it for today. I will stop the recording.